It's Saturday morning, and I'm just hanging out with Nellie, who is sitting on my head and alternately eating my hair and looking out the window because this is a fun Saturday morning activity.
Hello and welcome to our first coffee chat of the new semester. This is something I try to do on Monday mornings, barring any unforeseen circumstances, just to touch base with my students to say hi. I have nearly 200 students a semester, so it's a challenge to create that one-on-one relationship and that sense of immediacy sometimes, especially with students in a large lecture or an online class. So I like to just say hello and tell you what I'm thinking about on any particular week, okay? I have this coffee cup that I don't know if this is going to show up backwards on the screen, and I don't want to pour the coffee on my keyboard because I'm at my laptop, but it says progress over perfection on the inside of the coffee mug. So every time I sip, I see that saying, and it's a useful saying for me, progress over perfection. I have an overwhelming amount of things to do, but I just try to chip away at them one at a time, and I encourage you to do the same. So let's talk about starting a new semester. We always have these new starts in life, really, don't we? We have Monday morning, or we have the first of the month, or we have a birthday. These times in life where it seems like it's an opportunity to reset, right? An opportunity to start over, to think of it as being day one of a new era in our lives. And I think that there's kind of pros and cons to that. It's kind of a double-edged sword. Because in a way, it's good to be able to start over all the time. It's good to think, well, you know what? I'm going to wipe the slate clean and have a new beginning, and I'm going to establish this new habit. But at the same time, these dates are artificial, right? The first of the month or the first of the week or an anniversary or birthday. It's kind of like an artificial new start in a sense. It's just a date on a calendar. That is a human construct, right? And we have to recognize that we carry all the baggage of the past into the new day and into the new experience. So I think that's a really important thing to think about at the beginning of a new school year, because for many of us, we might think, oh, I didn't do so well last year. I'm going to apply myself better this year. Or we think, I'm going to get up and exercise every day at 6 a.m., starting on the first day of the new semester. Or we think, I'm going to study X number of hours a week or whatever. And it's good to have these ideals. It's good to have these goals. But we expect them to happen quickly. We expect them to happen overnight. We expect these new habits to just take root with only one or two experiences. And we need to be kind to ourselves. We need to give ourselves some grace. We need to be honest about how long it takes a new habit to develop. I also think we need to reflect on whether we're doing some all or nothing thinking there. Like, if I mess up once, it's over, right? I'm going to develop this new habit, and then I do it twice, and then on day 3, I don't do it for whatever reason. Maybe I oversleep, or I just don't feel like doing it, or I forgot, or whatever. And then we say, oh, well, I goofed up, and I can't do it. I messed up, and it's over. It's hard to say, okay, well, I messed up today, but I'm going to try again tomorrow. I hope, at least for myself, that I can give myself that kind of grace this semester and just keep trying. Life unfolds on its own schedule, right? And every day there are different things that come up that we have to deal with. Something throws a monkey wrench into our plans, and everything gets derailed. This happened to me last week. The day before classes started, I discovered that the bookstore had ordered the wrong book for one of my classes. And I tried calling them, and the phone just rang and rang and rang, and nobody was picking up because the bookstore is insanely busy right now. And I was really upset about this, so I actually left my office and walked across campus to the bookstore, tracked down the person in charge, talked to them about it, got them to sort out the situation. They're going to order the correct book, and they're going to allow students to return the wrong book. It was frustrating for me because this wasn't my fault, but it was my problem, and it's the kind of thing that can make me look bad to my students. It reminded me of way back in the day when I was a waitress. If the kitchen didn't prepare someone's meal correctly and I served it, that was my tip that was at stake, right? So it wasn't my fault, but it was my problem. This kind of felt the same way, and I've apologized over and over again to the students in that class. If you haven't heard about this before, it's not you. It's a different class. But it was frustrating, and it ate up a good hour and a half of my day. And there aren't that many hour-and-a-half periods in a day. So some of the other things I had planned to do, I have these long to-do lists, got pushed aside, pushed to the next day, or I had to do them more quickly than I had planned. I made a mistake on one of my syllabi. It was just a typo, and it wasn't a big deal, but I was upset with myself because I had proofread it several times, and yet still a mistake got through. Again, I'm trying to give myself grace with those things, and I hope that we all can do that for ourselves and for each other. We're having a long weekend here. It's Labor Day today. It's Monday, and this is a day off, so they say. But I am spending this day working from home and getting things ready for the coming week so I can walk into the classroom prepared. I teach 4 classes right now, and when you consider that each of those classes goes about an hour 15, hour and a half, that is 6 hours per day, and I teach Tuesday and Thursday, so that's 12 hours a week worth of presentations I got to prepare. So, think about if you have to make a 10-minute presentation in class, how it feels to know you have to fill 10 minutes. I have to fill that many hours every week, standing on my feet, talking, teaching, and then in between there's all the preparation and grading and everything. So I lead a very busy life, but for me it's about the students, so I'm never going to put you off because I have this paperwork to do. Okay, I really encourage you to meet with me before class or after class when it's possible, or make an appointment on Calendly. The Calendly app is a good way for me to show you when the available times in my schedule are, so that we can have a WebEx meeting and just get to know each other a little better. So if you'd like to schedule an appointment just to say hi, just to chat, that's fine. I enjoy that. I enjoy getting to know as many of you as possible. So I want to wish you a wonderful week. I want to encourage you to be patient with yourself, to give yourself grace when you make mistakes, to remember that the learning process is a process. It doesn't happen overnight, that we're on a journey, we're on a course together, and it's going to all be cumulative. This experience is going to get enhanced and added to every day. I'm very happy to be on this road with you, and I'll see you very soon.